G'day guys, MAT5 here, and today I'm just talking about me. How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to do like a little video, just of us talking. I'd like to maybe, talk about my channel, talk about like what I do, and all that stuff without a script. I'm saying a lot again. I mean, if I say that means I'm just sort of, yeah. Anyways, we're just watching a video of me playing Evolve. It's a game that I'm currently playing at the moment and trying to review, which should be very soon, actually, within the next week maybe. And it's actually of me playing as the monster for the very first time, and it was very scary, but it was awesome. But anyway, yeah, I just sort of wanted to talk to you guys, I know I don't have many subscribers or anything, but I just wanted to talk to the general people that maybe keep up with my videos, and, explain, like, why I started reviewing and why I enjoy reviewing, and all that kind of thing. So, I always wanted to review video games, Back in the day, I had no way to record gameplay footage until I finally got a PlayStation 4, which of course has the video capturing software and stuff like that, which makes it a lot simpler and a lot easier. That's disgusting. Yum yum. Sorry, I haven't done a video without a script in a while. Anyways, and I also got a decent gaming desktop. So I actually, I've got a desktop that can run games pretty well, like not full bowl kind of stuff, but it's enough for me to, I can record something and yeah, have some footage for my videos. But I started reviewing at the end of 2013 because I fell in love with a couple of reviewers. I watched Chris Stuckman. He was one of the first reviewers I watched on YouTube, and I loved his videos. I actually went back through all of his videos that he'd done of movies that I liked or didn't like, just to see what he would say about it, and I was just fascinated that this guy is so popular, and people love his opinion, and he doesn't show footage or anything like that. I mean, he is reviewing films, so that's a bit different, but if you get what I mean, it was just him talking, and people liked it. People liked listening to him. And I also watched another popular YouTuber called Jeremy Jones, if that's how you pronounce his name, who also does the same thing. So I thought to myself, these guys can do it. Why don't I give it a try? I've always wanted to review, but I've always been too paranoid, too afraid that people would hate me because I don't have footage and all that kind of stuff. So I decided to give it a go at the end of 2013 when I first got my PS4. I actually reviewed the PS4 like it was one of my first reviews. And I also decided to not have any gaming kind of score, any verdict score. That's it. I sort of based it on recommending and not recommending the product. Because back then I sort of didn't believe in scores, because when you watch a review, they can say bad things or they can say good things, and then they either give it a high score or a low score, which doesn't really connect with what they said. That's happened to me when I've sort of read and watched some reviews out there. So I thought maybe if I just recommend games or not recommend games, it would be easier, So yeah, that's how I started. I reviewed some of the launch titles for the PlayStation 4. I also decided to review a couple of movies that I'd watched. And, I was getting decent views from like my first couple of videos, 20 views. I mean, I was like, wow, 20 people are actually watching my videos. And, I'm happy as long as I don't get a dislike, If I go to a video and I see dislike, I'm just like, should I be doing this? It's just, it's a hard thing. It's also hard when you don't get any likes or dislikes or comments, It's hard to know what the viewers want when they don't really express it. You just sort of got to guess. And eventually, I started posting on a gaming website forum, because I sort of wanted to see if people liked my opinions and wanted, just generally valued my opinions. So, yeah, after a few videos, I think it was mostly film videos, I was heavily criticized. I was getting, like, really heavily criticized, mainly because back then I didn't use a script, so I was talking a lot like I am now, which is really horrible. And I didn't have any gameplay footage. People were sick of watching my face, and I took that really harshly because it just felt like it felt like they were insulting me. Like, am I really that horrible to look at? You know, it was just sort of a, yeah, it brought me down, and I sort of lashed back, and it was horrible, and you know, I think I eventually got banned from the website from the owners and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't take it very well, but so I took a break for a while and figured, you know, there's no point going back to it. And then a few months later, I believe, in 2014, a gaming website that sells video games and all sorts of merchandise and stuff, were advertising that they were looking for a video game reviewer. So I thought, hey, I did it a few months ago, why not give it a go? So I did, and I sent them a review of, what was the game, Okami? Or something, you know, the dog game with the art and everything. And that was in the old way that I used to review as well, and they liked that. I mean, they liked it, they wanted me to keep reviewing, so I did. Eventually, though, this is where I introduced my 1 to 10 scoring, because I figured I have to have some kind of scoring, but I'd have to be really careful about it, because at first I didn't believe in it, but it makes sense to me now. Like, I like the way I do it. I like how I score, and I think my scores are correct, and, you know, I think they sort of connect with what I'm saying. Well, that's anyone's opinion, really. I'm evolving for the first time. That's pretty epic. Evolving is really epic in this game. Just looks so cool. So yeah, I started, what did I do? I decided to write a script, and I decided to use gameplay footage for the very first time. Now, the main reason that I wasn't using gameplay footage and I wasn't writing a script is that I felt that I didn't have enough time. I'm actually married now, and I have a almost 2-year-old daughter, and it was just very hectic back then, and I felt like that I didn't really have time to do this kind of thing, and that if I just talked to the camera and get out what I liked and didn't like about these things, then, you know, that would be enough, but apparently it wasn't. So I decided to, you know, start writing a script. I tried that for the very first time, and I believe it was with, well, the very first video that I use a script and use gameplay footage, my gameplay footage, was Wolfenstein: The New Order. That was the very first game where I did that. And when I released that one, the OzGamer people loved it. They loved how, you know, the gameplay matched what I was talking about and all that kind of thing. I was more professional, and I actually really liked it, and I understood what the criticism was and, like, why they were criticizing me. So yeah, that's when I started writing scripts, and I've been doing it ever since. I've been using gameplay footage ever since. I used to review films. I started using film trailers for my reviews, and I had a couple of popular film videos, mainly about films that aren't actually that well known or popular, which is kind of funny. But after a while, at the end of last year, I wasn't getting pretty much any views. It was sort of close to between 0 and, or 5 if I was lucky, something like that. So I just felt it was sort of a waste of time if people weren't really watching it, and it wasn't very interesting to them. So I thought I might as well ditch that for now and just stick to video games, because video games is what I love talking about more than film. I feel like I can talk better about games than I can about film. So that's when I started doing that. So yeah, ever since then, I've just been doing video games. It was a very busy time of the year as well, because that's when all the games come out, you know, October, November, December kind of thing. I've been trying to review so many of those games. I think I've done pretty well, to be honest, for, you know, a dad living at home. like, you know, I only get... when does she go to sleep? They go to sleep around 9 o'clock. So I get between 9 and 12 and 1 o'clock or something. So I get about 3 to 4 hours a day to sort of play and write and everything, edit, all that kind of thing. So it is really difficult for me. It's really difficult. Making these reviews is not easy. It is not an easy thing. You have to play the game, and that can be anywhere from bloody, 8 hours to, God knows when. It depends what kind of game you're playing. Like, for example, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition since November, and I've only done 24 hours of it. And I'm still nowhere near finishing it, and nowhere near to the point that I want to review it. Because I feel like that you have to sort of play the game at least once, like a whole playthrough before you can review it. I don't like that some reviewers review parts of the game and don't even like finish the game, because it could take a completely different turn. Something amazing could happen and you don't even get to express it. So that's why my Dragon Age Inquisition review is taking so long. I'm also getting new games that keep coming out. There was Tales from the Borderlands, there's Game of Thrones, Evolve, of course, which is I just got a week ago, something like that. And yeah, other games just keep coming out and they sort of distract me from Dragon Age, because Dragon Age is such a long game and it takes up so much of my time that I feel like playing these games instead, because yeah, I don't have to take so much time with them. But I'm hoping I will finish Dragon Age eventually. It's just very difficult at the moment. It's a huge RPG with so many quests and stuff, and I'm kind of a perfectionist. I love to sort of do everything everywhere to sort of get it done. But yeah, so it is really hard for me because I don't get a lot of time. I'm surprised that I do as well as I do, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, with my reviews, people have enjoyed them now. People like my reviews. I don't get like amazing reviews. I get somewhere between, I don't know, 0 and 20. I don't get a lot. But I get that odd comment every now and then saying that they love my video and they value my opinion and they're going to check this game out because of what I've talked about it. And that's a great feeling. It's a great feeling when somebody comes out and actually says that your video was great and I'm actually going to check this product out because of what you've said about it, because of your thoughts about the game. It's a great feeling and I love that. And yeah, it's just I really do enjoy making these videos. I don't see it ever becoming like a full-time job or anything. I live in Australia. I live in a small town. I'm pretty sure video games are pretty, like, jobs are kind of non-existent here. Especially, yeah, especially reviewer jobs and stuff like that. But so pretty much all the reviews I do for now are pretty much just for fun. But I do get credit from Ozgamer Shop to buy games every month and stuff like that, so that really helps. But I'm assuming that eventually one day they probably won't need me anymore, because I pretty much get the same amount of views on their website, on their YouTube channel as well. So one day they'll probably not need me, and I'll probably have to go back to the way it used to be and have to, yeah, sort of. It depends on my budget. I'd love to keep continuing to review games for my channel, but it just depends on my budget. I don't make a lot of money. I don't have a job. I just sort of do the family business kind of thing, and that gets me by. But yeah, it depends, because buying video games is not cheap. It's an expensive practice. So yeah, I would like to keep doing it for as long as I can, and I was recommended a game to review a long time ago. I was recommended to review one of the Stalker games, and I actually kept my eye on it, and I think I actually bought all 3 Stalker games when they came out, when they were on sale, sorry. So, I've still got to review those games. So it's still on my mind. Whoever recommended those games, it's still on my mind. But I just, so many games come out so quickly. There's like on average 1 or 2 games a month that come out that I would like to play and review. And it's difficult because Stalker again is another sort of large open world RPG kind of game, sort of like Dragon Age. So that would take me a long time. I have to finish Dragon Age first. It's taking so long. But also, I want to talk about too, when I buy games from Oz Games Shop, it takes 2 weeks to get here, because they're in Europe and I'm in Australia, so it takes 2 weeks to ship the game here. So that's why my reviews tend to be quite delayed when it comes to the date they're released. But still, it's better than nothing. Like, I get help to do what I love to do. It's great. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm happy with the way things are now, and this video is pretty much about to finish, so I'll have to flick over to some other video of some other game. But anyways, What else would I like to talk about? So I'm currently playing Evolve and Dragon Age. I am getting Resident Evil Revelations 2 and The Order 1886. So, and I also want to get Battlefield Hardline, maybe Mortal Kombat X. I'm not really a fighting person, but I am a fan of blood and gore, I'm just saying. And I played the last Mortal Kombat, and I'm sorry, but that was just awesome. I want to play The Witcher 3, even though I haven't had the time to play 1 and 2. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'd really love to play the other games first, but I don't think I'll be able to. I won't have time to. And I also want to get Dead Island 2. Now, there's a lot of other games that I want to get throughout the year, but I don't know when they come out yet, so that's pretty much just the first half of this year. Yeah, so I've talked about me, I've talked about what it was like when I first started, and, you know, it's been like, it's pretty much a year later already. I mean, time flies. And I'm a little bit worried because I'm actually having another baby this year in June, and I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen then. Like, I'm not sure how, because if people out there have had kids, they'll understand that newborns are a tough thing to handle. So I'm not sure what my reviewing will be like then. I'm not sure if I'll have time to do it. I'm not sure if I'll have to take a break, or my reviews will just be a lot shorter and to the point. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll just have to keep you guys up to date with what happens halfway through this year. So, yeah, that's what I'll have to do, and yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that because I love doing what I'm doing. I enjoy it very much, and I want to keep doing it for as long as I can. But, yeah. So I'm excited because I'm going to be doing a joint review with X82. He's another YouTube reviewer, pretty much like me. You know, he hasn't got a lot of subscribers like me as well, and you know, he just watched one of my videos and he was like, "Hey, you want to do a review together?" I was like, "Oh yeah!" So we're going to be reviewing Resident Evil HD, which is a remaster of a remake. It's a classic, trust me. So we're going to be doing that soon, and hopefully that'll be a lot of fun too. Because I've never, like, no one's ever come out and want to, you know, work with me or anything. So that's great. I love that. And yeah. So in terms of the future, I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't know. We'll just see how it goes. I enjoy doing what I do at the moment. It's like I said, it's pretty much just a hobby right now. So we'll just have to, yeah. I don't think this is never going to be a full-time job. But I'm the kind of guy that I don't like the usual jobs. I don't like, you know, working in a supermarket or working in those kind of shops. I love reviewing games. It's just, it's fun, you know. I love video games. I've been playing them ever since I was 5 years old, and I just love talking about them. And this is just the way that it feels like a good way that I can do it. And you know, I get like people that feel the same way, and people that like to talk about games with me. And it's just a lot of fun. And I love that some people like to come out and, you know, comment on my videos and say, you know, that's a great video, man. You keep up what you're doing. You know, it's a good like boost in, you know. Yeah, good boost for what I do. So yeah, that was my 20-minute update on what it's been like to review for a year. It's been a lot of fun. It was a bit bumpy at the start because I was trying to find my footing, but ever since then I've had a lot of fun with it, and I love making these videos. It's a long process. It takes about 6-7 hours to make a single review, edit it all together. There's a lot of bits and pieces. It's grueling, but it's fun. Man. But yeah. So I really don't discourage anyone to never, like, because the way I used to review games, I was happy with it back then. And I think if you want to talk about games, go and talk about games, you know. Make a channel for yourself, you know. Talk about things that you're passionate about, and people might come out and, you know, express their passions about it as well. And that's great. I love it when that happens. So, you know, for now, we'll see how everything goes. Got more reviews coming, Evolve within a week's time maybe, and Resident Evil HD within the next fortnight hopefully. and we'll see how it goes. It's exciting. More reviews, yay! So it's good to just sort of have a chat, talk about what it's been like. I would like to do it again sometime, but maybe not for so long. But I was just sort of expressing my life story when it comes to reviewing. So it's been good. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy my videos in general. If you have any questions or any like remarks you would like to leave about this video, or about how I review things and all that kind of stuff, or any recommendations on I'm not sure if you should recommend me any games because I don't know if I have time, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, if you want to chat to me, go ahead and chat to me. I'm a very vocal person. I love commenting to every comment that I get. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next review that I do, and it'll be a lot of fun. I love making reviews, and I can't wait for the next one. So I'll see you guys for the next review. M8T5 is bloody out of here.